Hey guys. What time is it? Way later than 5:30. That's what time. It is 6:41. I did something really stupid. Really stupid. And I'm just going live to tell you all about it because, I'm nothing if not transparent. I'm going to grab my knitting because it's going to help me. It's going to help me get through this. So, you may not know, but I was totally live at 5:30, right on time. Yes, I was. I was live. I was live for a whole hour. I showed you guys all kinds of things. Hey, Patty, good evening. I'm just talking about how I did something really, really silly tonight. So here I am, flying solo, all by myself, which normally, if Jess can't make it, I skip it because I feel really vulnerable going live alone. I don't know, it's different. It's a whole different dynamic being alone. But there was a bunch of things I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I was like, I'm just going to suck it up and I'm going to go live and I'm going to talk. They're my friends. These people are my friends. They're not going to whatever, right? Do you know what I did? I can't believe I did this. I went live inside the Hypnotic Yarn test knit group. And I'm sitting there for an hour going, no one is showing up. Nobody. Well, that's not true. Two people showed up. One person showed up at the beginning and somebody showed up towards the middle. But still, I'm like, there's nobody. Why is there no one? 5:30, there's nobody here. Hey, Karen. Oh my goodness, I'm just telling the story of how I'm such a dodo. So yeah, I went live in a private test knit group that only has 20 people in it. For an hour. For an hour. Yes, I did do that. This is what happens when Jess is not here with me. I guess here, okay, so here's the way I'm going to look at it. It's difficult for me to do Facebook Lives alone. And so apparently, the Lord thought that I needed more opportunities to practice going live by myself. So he gave me another opportunity to do that. Can you even believe it? I'm such a dork. I can't believe I did that. I'm so and I knew something was wrong because I looked on my phone to see, because I'm like, it's really weird that no one's here. So I looked on my phone and I didn't see the live on the page, but I was like, oh, it's probably just me. I don't know what I'm doing. No, it really wasn't there. So anyway, I am going to quickly run down and show you guys everything that I talked about in the private group. Then we tried sharing it. So Brienne's helping me, and she's trying to so she made the group public so we could share the video. But then as soon as we made that group private again, the video disappeared. So that didn't work. There was no way to share it outside of the group because it's a private group. Such a nightmare. Such a nightmare. So anyway, I'm going to run down and show you guys really quickly because there were some really cool things I wanted to talk about. And now my table is a hot mess because things are just strewn about absolutely everywhere. So now I have to find all the things. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is, hold on, I'm going to tell Brienne real quick that I am actually live. Hey, Brienne, I am live right now on the Facebook page, so I'm just letting you know. Okay, so now Brienne knows I'm live because she's messaging me. Okay, hopefully you guys are here and you're seeing me, so that means I am actually live. One of the big things I want to talk to you guys about is that Brienne is releasing a pattern tomorrow. And this is what it looks like. This is not blocked, so I apologize for the uneven, there's maybe some unevenness, but look at those cables. Aren't they adorable? Oh my God. Hey, Randy, I know you're laughing. I was like, I'm just going to tell her that I decided to do this. Anyway, so this is what the hat looks like on. I love it. Ooh, I'm turning it the wrong way. Still turning it the wrong way. There we go. Here it is. So the pattern calls for fingering weight held double, which is what I did. I used my 3-ply, I call it my yak base. It's a Superwash Merino silk yak blend. It's amazing. I've knit hats in it before. I decided to use it for this hat because I had the yarn available to me in this like nice kind of latte cocoa brown, and I love it. It's still not on correctly, but that's okay. And I love it so much that Brienne is going to let me sell it in a kit for you guys. And we're going to release that tomorrow. So we're super excited. Hey, Jess. Jess is here. She couldn't be here with me tonight because the weather was just yucky. So, and then when Jess isn't here, apparently I lose my crap. And I can't do anything correctly. If I showed you what my table looked like right now, you'd just be like, really, Cheryl? Yay, I'm glad you see me, Jess. I'm glad this is working because this is going to be quick. The last one was like an hour. This is not going to be that long. So here's the hat. It is gorgeous. It's called Enamored. Brienne is releasing the pattern tomorrow. If you don't want a kit, but you want the pattern, you can grab that. She's going to send out a newsletter. It'll be available on her website. It'll be available on Ravelry, I'm sure. But I'm going to show you the yarn that I dyed for the kits. These are all dyed and ready. So this is not a pre-order. These are available, ready to go. You will actually get the digital download when you place your order. So you'll get the pattern immediately, and then the yarn will go out right away. So it's very exciting. And oh my goodness, I have all the yarn in this little bag that I have from my mother-in-law that I love. Hey, Catherine. I'm back. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I dyed some of this same base that I knit my hat on, the Merino, Superwash Merino Silk Yak. I dyed some fingering weight and I dyed some DK weight because you can use either fingering or DK. So I'll start with, well, I guess I have it all mixed up here. So I'm going to show you guys real quick. The colors are super true in the listings, which will be live tomorrow morning. They might be showing up a little dark here because I have not so great lighting in my kitchen. I am in my kitchen because my house is kind of a mess right now. We're moving. My dye studio is currently downstairs in my basement. I have a large-ish room that has like, that's where all my dyeing happens. It's where all my steam tables are, et cetera, et cetera. But my office is upstairs, and that's where all my yarn and everything else is. Well, my husband is officially booted out of the man cave, and I am taking over. It's a much larger room that will now be my office and where I like store the yarn and where, you know, we label it and where we do all the shipping and everything. That will all move to that other room. So anyway, everything is kind of a hot mess right now. So I'm in my kitchen in this like little corner, and I've like moved my table over so it's all like wacky. Anyway, this is called Mexican Hot Chocolate, and it would look gorgeous. All these are going to be tonals, so super fun, which tonals isn't something I do a ton of. So these are kind of some special skeins. This is called a Murmified, and it's showing up maybe a little more blue, but it's like this beautiful teals and like greens, like sea green. Oh my God, it's really pretty. And this is fingering weight. This is on plush sock. There's, I think I have like 3 of everything right now. Oh, my lighting is getting super weird. I'm so sorry. That's better. But yeah, I have like 3 of like pretty much all the colors, but I'm just showing you 2. I forget what I named this one, but it's a really pretty like gray purple tonal, like a mauve with violet. It's really pretty. And this is on an MCN DK because I had a few of those left over from the Sealed with a Kiss hat kits that I did with Jess, the crochet kits. So I wanted to use that up. I had a couple skeins left, so and that's all that I will have of that base. These are also on the Superwash Merino Silk Yak. This is called Cabernet Sauvignon. I hope I said that right. I feel like it looks a little more purpley in the on the camera right now, but it is a gorgeous, like deep red, like aubergine, however you say that. It's like a beautiful Cabernet, like cranberry. And again, the pictures on the listings will be totally accurate. Did I say the pictures? Yeah, the colors in the pictures will be very accurate. And then I have this beautiful green. It's called Sherwood, and it is like a forest green, kind of a shamrock green with like an olive mixed in with the tonal. Oh, it's super pretty. It's brighter than what it's showing up. But this base, you guys, I love this base. It's like my favorite. And then this, out of all the colors, I think this is my favorite. This is called Fool's Gold. It is much brighter in person than this is showing it. Yeah, it's much brighter in person, but it's like these peachy caramel, like butterscotch, gold. It's gorgeous. You've got to see the pictures on the listings. So pretty. And then I have this blue, which is called Neptune, and it's like a gray blue. This is actually showing up pretty good. This is showing up pretty accurate. And this is on DK. So we've got 3 on DK and 4 different colors on fingering, but 2 of those colors are on the Merino Silk Yak, which is an awesome base. It's not something I normally carry in the shop. I had it left over from some things I had done last year, so I wanted to use it because that's what I made mine. It's one of my favorite bases, and it turned out really well. The hat uses a fisherman's rib, which I had never done, and it's super easy, and I absolutely loved it. I'm like addicted to fisherman's rib. It is so squishy. It's squishy the way a folded brim is squishy. It has that like extra poofy squish factor. Super awesome. And then everything else on the hat is really easy, and you just have these fun cables that go up the front. So it's one of those like fun, quick hats that you can bang out, and you could probably make a million of if you're gift knitting. It'd be a really good gift knit if you want to like get on that before, you know, it's December 1st and you're knitting your fingers off. So anyway, that's the yarn. This is the hat. Totally love it. I need to block mine and add a pom-pom still, but so pretty. Cables are awesome. I can't get enough of it. So yay. Then the other thing, so I might have like crazy hair now. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about, I probably sound like a mad woman because I'm like rushing now. I got this really cool thing. I ordered this thing from Etsy, and it is from a dyer who, she is the dyer I bought my very first skein of hand-dyed yarn ever from, before I dyed yarn, when I was really starting to get into knitting and sock knitting. It was like, you know, one of my, you know, the first handful of socks I had ever knit that like really turned out nice like socks. I wanted to make them for my father-in-law for Christmas a few years back. And so I had found this yarn that I really liked, and it was from Victoria House Fibers. And Vicki owns Victoria House Fibers, and she also does project bags, and she does like actual fiber if you spin. So she released these kits that I instantly, as soon as I saw it, I went and bought one, because she got a circular knitting machine like the one that I want to get, like the same exact one that I want. She had bought one, I don't know how long ago, within the last year, I think. And so she made these kits where she is cranking a tube of her hand-dyed yarn, 50 grams, and she's selling that with a coordinating mini so that you can do a pair of afterthought everything socks without having to knit the socks. Yeah, I said that, and I don't care if that's cheating. I bought it, and I love it. So this is my tube that I bought from Vicki. Is that not the most awesome thing you've ever seen? I love it so much. So it's just a big long tube. So this is what 50 grams of hand-dyed yarn looks like knit on a circular sock machine or a circular knitting machine. It's knit with 64 stitches, which normally I knit my socks on 58 to 60 stitches, and I use like size 1 needles most of the time. Sometimes I use zeros, depending on if there's like a pattern that's lacy, because that might be a little looser. I think I knit kind of loose. So I was like a little bit hoping that this wouldn't be too big, and it is not. So the tension on the circular knitting machine is cray cray. It is so even and nice and tight stitches. Like, what? It's amazing. Sorry, I'm showing you like the, I don't say bad side, but the side that has all the markers. Um, she sent this with a sheet that I haven't read yet, but I'm assuming this is like maybe every 15 or 20 rounds. She marks it so you can decide where you want to, separate it. And then you would just pick up the stitches for cuff, you would pick up the stitches for toes, and then you would cut in an afterthought heel, according to your measurements. I use the Kirby Werby method. There's a video on YouTube. If you don't know what that is or you're interested, it is super easy. It is not scary. I also have 2 free patterns on Ravelry, and I think there's some Ravelry, or you can get them from my website as a free download. So I think right on the front of my website. That uses an afterthought heel, but mine you knit in waste yarn. So if you're afraid to cut your yarn or your knitting, you can put in waste yarn instead, and you're not cutting anything. So it might make you feel a little more safe, but cutting it is it's really not that scary. Once you watch the video and see how it's done, it's not a big deal. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it in half, and then I think this is going to be enough for a set of shorty socks right here. So I think I'm going to make 2 pairs of shorty socks because I love shorty socks. Even if I don't have to knit the whole tube, I still love shorty socks. So I think I'm going to get 2 pairs out of this one kit. And the kit was only $26, y'all. 26 bucks. And here's the mini that she sent with it. It's a 20-gram mini. I think her yarn is 75-25. I could be wrong, but I think the mini doesn't say, and I don't have my sheet with me, but it's looking a little blue. It's really more of a tonal gray, but I think instead of using this mini, I'm going to hold this mini for another project because I really like it, and I want something a bit brighter for these socks. So I have this mini that I had dyed a long time ago. It's more of a red violet. It's showing more purple here, but it's more of a red violet. And you see like the little specks in this? I mean, that matches perfectly. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus. And then for the other mini, I'm going to use this, like light teal. Isn't that pretty? So I think this is going to be a heel, and this is going to be cuff and toes. And then maybe the other pair, I'll reverse it because I'll have used more of this. So maybe I'll do the other pair with this is the cuff and toes, and this will be the heel. I think that'd be really super fun. So that is my plan. The only reason I haven't cut into this is because I wanted to show you guys what it looked like before I did that. So Victoria House Fibers, if you want hand knit socks and you don't want to knit them, go check it out, because seriously, like, you can't go wrong. You really can't. Or, if you're just on a time crunch, you don't have to tell anybody you didn't knit them. Who's going to know? I won't tell, I promise. All right, so that is that. Seriously, it's a hot mess over here. And then the other thing I was going to show you guys is last week, I showed you my tiny little cast on of the Elton cardigan that I was knitting. Well, that fell through, unfortunately. What I have learned is that I mostly enjoy sweaters that are knit in the round, top down, in a very conventional construction. That's what I like. Right? You like what the heart wants, what the heart wants. My heart wants top-down raglan sweaters. So the Elton cardigan, I mean, I bought the pattern, so I probably knit it at some point, maybe when I'm feeling a little more adventurous, but I was just having a hard time with certain parts of it, and nothing was hard. It was totally me. I mean, tons of people have made this cardigan, but it just wasn't working out for me. So I frogged it. I mean, you guys saw what I knit last week. I just pulled it out. And instead, I cast on this lovely number that looks like a floppy sun hat at the moment, doesn't it? If I were to just like picture me like poolside with my floppy mohair sun hat. So this sweater also uses fingering weight yarn and mohair held double. So it is the perfect, pattern since that's what I had, and it uses the right amount of yarn. Can you see the purple speckles at all if I hold it like really close? This is how it's looking knit. Isn't it gorgeous? So this sweater has like a mock turtleneck, and then it's twisted rib. I love twisted rib. Some people maybe don't love it. I absolutely love it more than anything. It's my favorite ribbing. I love how the stitches pop out, and it has twisted rib detail all the way down the side. It's of both arms. It's a free pattern. It is called the Paloma sweater, and it's by, I never know how to say this, Espace Tricot, something like that. You guys can see. That's who it's by. That's what the sweater looks like. I mean, it is not the fanciest sweater in the world, but I think it looks so pretty and so soft and so elegant. It is my jam. I like things that just have a beautiful drape and that are just, I don't know, they're just like beautiful. I find that absolutely beautiful. Sorry, I haven't been reading the comments at all. I'm so sorry. Oh, Patty says she can't wait to try the yarn. Thank you, Patty. I know, stupid, crazy weather. Jess, I'm sorry you couldn't be here. Oh, hey, Gretchen. Thank you. She said it's pretty color. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm totally loving this sweater. I haven't knit on it for several days. This is probably like maybe 2 days worth of knitting. And then I had to put it down because I have been working on a ton of different things. So I haven't had any knitting time really, but again, look at the yarn. Look at the colors, those purples. You see those little pops of purple? I love it. So this is the yarn. It's on that new base that I am working on getting into the shop. I don't know how well you can see that. Is it focusing? It is like a baby pink with like this kind of like peachy pink and then purple speckles. It's getting blown out, and there's nothing I can do about that. Well, that's not too bad. That looks pretty good. So this is the Baby Alpaca Silk Cashmere blend on fingering, and it's held double with mohair. This is called a watermelon, and it is just a little bit darker than the base yarn that I'm using. So, I mean, total accident, my God, I can't speak. Total accident that the color of this sweater is almost identical to what I'm knitting because I didn't even plan on making this sweater. So isn't that crazy? But I think maybe that's why when I saw this sweater, I thought like, oh, it's like meant to be, right? So I am enjoying it very much. The only thing I will say, and again, it's free pattern. I found it on Ravelry. I think I got it on Ravelry. The Ravelry might have a link to their website where you get the pattern from, if I can't remember. But the odd thing about this sweater, which is driving me a little nuts only because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It just makes my brain a little nutty, is that normally when you knit a sweater, when you do a raglan sweater, you will do a paired increase here on the raglan line and here on each side, right? And normally it's like a 2-round repeat. You would do a paired increase and then knit even on the next round, and then a paired increase and knit even, and you do that at all the raglan lines. Well, this sweater does not do that. It does an uneven number of increases. So one round you're increasing 4 stitches, and then knitting, and then the next round you're knitting, you're increasing 8 stitches, and then you do, so 1, 2, and then you do like 2 more increase. It's like 3 increase rounds, 2 of which you increase 8 stitches, 1 of which you increase 4 stitches, and 1 of which, you know what I mean? And so like, and it's different depending on which one you're on. You might increase like before the marker, after the marker. And I'm like, why? Why is that a thing? I wish it explained why they did it that way, because it's unconventional, and my brain is like, why are you doing this in an unconventional manner? But it's looking okay. And it does specifically say 4 stitches increased or 8 stitches increased. So I know I'm doing it right. But I must have reread it like 1,000 times, because I'm like, why is this, why are they doing it? And then I have the cutest little snowman. Do you see him? There we go. Oh my God, I can't get my arm turned the right way. Sorry. I can't make it happen. He's super cute. I think I got him at Pitter Patter Polymer. Anyway, sorry, that was not working out that well. But so here's my sweater. I'm happy with the change, and it is so soft and cuddly. I'm still working on getting this base dyed so that I can get it into the shop, but I was hoping it was going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen tomorrow for sure. It's not going to. It will likely happen next week, because I will be dyeing the rest of it this weekend, and then next week it should go into the shop. So it's still coming. I'm still working on it, but this week was kind of cray-cray. Okay, so what else? There were other things. Seriously, I have stuff everywhere. Okay. I think the only other, Queen Bee beanie. So I haven't really made a whole lot more progress on this since last week, but do you not love these colors? I mean, look at that. Like the golds and browns and dark browns and caramel. It is my jam. These colors are like, these colors give me life. Oh my God, I love it so much. But this is the hat that I only cast on 80 stitches. So like, even though the brim is pretty stretchy, I mean, it might fit on me. I don't want to pull the stitches out, but we'll have to see. I don't know if it's going to fit or not. I didn't really have a chance to maybe do more than a couple rows on it, but the reason I'm bringing it out is because I wanted to tell you guys we are hosting a knit along for the Queen Bee beanie. I am hosting it with Lori of Arkansas Yarn Co., and she is hosting it in her Ravelry group. I will be hosting it in the Hypnotic Yarn Facebook group. And the pattern is going to release probably towards the end of this month, and we're going to offer a discount code to members of the Hypnotic Yarn Facebook group. So if you're not in there already, go over and send a join request, and make sure you answer the questions, because if you don't answer the questions, then we can't accept you. So you have to answer the questions, and then we'll let you in. And then when we post that the hat is released, you will get your coupon code, and if you want to do the knit along, you can knit along with us, and you can get the pattern at a discount. And I think the way it's going to work is that if you knit with Hypnotic Yarn, you will get 2 entries. If you knit with anyone else's yarn, you will get 1 entry. And there'll be a post that you can comment with your finished object. So if you use Hypnotic Yarn, you would just post your finished object twice. There should be no chatter in that post. You just want to post a picture of your finished object. If you use someone else's yarn, just post it once, and then you'll get the right amount of entries. And I am planning on making the prize pretty big. I want it to be like a big, juicy prize to make it worth your effort to join the knit along. I'm not gonna lie, I'm totally bribing you to join the knit along. So there'll be a big, juicy prize with lots of yarn, lots of goodies. Like, I think I'm gonna do like a whole big thing. I don't know what yet, but there's gonna be a lot of stuff. So keep an eye out for that. And like I said, join the group if you have not, and you can you can join us. Lori is going to be hosting it, like I said, in her Ravelry group, and she will be doing the same thing. But if you use Arkansas Yarn Co. yarn, you'll get 2 entries, and if you use anyone else's yarn, you get 1. So she's going to be doing it as well. It's going to be super fun, and I'm really excited for that. And I'll probably knit along and make a 3rd one with the correct amount of stitches, since this one only had 80 stitches. And I think I'm going to use this color. I think I'm going to do one in DK, because I've done mine in fingering. I think I'm going to use this DK in the MCN, because one of the skeins I dyed, I think the dye broke or something, and I got some weird like speckling that shouldn't be there. So I think I'm going to keep that one for myself, and I will use maybe this and make one with you guys. So that is all I wanted to say about that. I can't remember if I showed you guys the Yarnable box for February. Did I show that last week? If anyone was watching and can tell me if I showed you guys the Yarnable box for February, that would be helpful. Because I seriously have no memory. I feel like I did, but then I also feel like I didn't. So I'm going to show it to you guys, but I already pulled everything out because I already did all this in the wrong place earlier. So hold on. So you're just going to pretend like this is all new. So we're going to like ooh and ah. So here is the box. Ooh, ah. And when you open it up, there's nothing in it because I already took it all out. So you get your card, and it's got, what's in the box. And we added an actual link here that you could type into your browser if the QR code isn't working for you. I know some people have mentioned that they're just not getting the hang of the QR code. Totally fine. We heard you, and we added an actual link so you can paste that in. We are making some changes to Yarnable, which means that some of these things will be a lot easier for you to find. We want to make it, we're giving the website a whole refresh, and we're adding some really fun things like a whole new option, a whole new box option. I'm not going to tell you what's going to be in it yet, but it's going to be pretty spectacular. And we're going to make like switching between things a little bit easier, hopefully, and finding like the bonuses and the special, like what's inside your box and all that stuff, a little bit easier to find too. So anyway, I already pulled the yarn out, so I'm just going to show you, and I opened it up. So the big reveal, just pretend that happened. And I'm going to show you. Some people have already knit full out hats with this, and it looks like a gorgeous giant cupcake, which is why it's called Sweet Confections, because that's what it reminds me of. So Brianne, that was for you. That's how you skein up some yarn by hand. That little demo. So you have these red speckles and these hot pink speckles, but my favorite is right here, y'all. Right here. Do you see those blues? Oh my God. The blues are killing me. I absolutely love them. So super cute, worked up. I've seen it. I love it. So you got this yarn. Then I got a little frisky with this bag, and I ripped the drawstring. So we also had this amazing handmade soap from Brianna's Soap Company. I think she's just briannasoap.com maybe. If you Google it, it'll come up. There's also a link on the Yarnable website, or wherever you go inside Yarnable, you'll see there'll be a link to her shop. But it's rosemary peppermint, and it smells absolutely amazing. Like, you want to eat this. It smells good. Somebody said that they put it in their guest bathroom, and it smells like just crazy. I have been using a bar in my bathroom, and I have another bar of soap from handmade soap from somebody else, and that soap, the other one that I had been using, it doesn't like suds up as much, and it leaves your hands, it almost has like a waxy feel to it. This soap does not. This soap feels very, like when you're done washing your hands, it just feels clean. There's no residue. And also, it got nice and sudsy. Like you felt like you were, there was like a lather, which I loved. So I was super impressed and super happy with it. And like I said, the scent, when you open the box, was just like absolutely amazing. It wasn't like overpowering, but it's definitely like, when you get those handmade soaps and you open them up and they just don't smell like anything and it's kind of a letdown. This isn't that. This, you definitely smell it as soon as you open the box. And then the other goodie that we got, okay, good. People are saying I didn't show it before. Good. The other goodie we got in the box was a progress keeper. And this is by the Hillside Owlery. She is on Etsy. And can you see that? It's a glass progress keeper. And it's got like a little bead at the top and the bottom, and has like a little lobster claw clasp. And it's just super cute. So that we definitely had like a little peppermint theme going on with this box, which I love. There's also a melt away peppermint candy, which I don't know where it went. So, but that was in there as well. There was a little sweet treat for you, your peppermint progress keeper, your rosemary peppermint soap, your sweet confections yarn, and of course there's, that just happened. Oops. Just getting excited and hucking the stitch markers and progress keepers. Anyway, there's always a coupon code with a scratch off coupon for you guys too. So that is Yarnable. Keep an eye out or an ear out or whatever you have to see the changes that we're going to be making there. Super exciting. Working really hard on those. And if I'm honest with you, it looks kind of amazing. So I'm really excited. I think you're going to love it. And I don't think I'm missing anything else. I think that's it. I think I got all the things in. Brianne, was there anything I said last time at the end that oh, yes, and I forgot it last time too, and then I remembered. If you did not grab your smartphone wallpapers, did you guys see the smartphone wallpapers that I gave away for free? I created a whole collection, and I'm going to do more. So this was like the first batch, but probably maybe like once a quarter or something, I'll put out, fresh colorways and things like that, because I think they're super fun. And I changed my wallpaper on my phone like a maniac. So this is what I have on my lock screen right now. I mean, not my lock screen. That's on my home screen. My lock screen, I have this. This is a colorway that's in the shop at the moment. But the wallpapers were super cute. And you know what? Sorry, this is a total sidetrack. It probably shows up better here. Oh, maybe not. Those are all the yarns that I dyed for Brianne's hat kit. But anyway, okay. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. All right. So can you see? So every colorway that I did in this collection has a plain, no words, just a picture. So I especially like that for my home screen. I call my home screen the screen that is like not your lock screen that you just start with, but when you swipe or open your phone, that's what I call the home screen. I don't know if that's correct, but I like a plain picture for my home screen. I don't like words and stuff on it. So I created, every single collection has a blank one, and then it also has several with sayings, and they have like, there's different texts, different fonts and things. So this one says, I make beautiful things with yarn. This particular set was all yarn themed. I'm going to do some that are knit and crochet, but like here's a different one. See, I make beautiful things with yarn. So if you did not grab yours, if you're a newsletter subscriber, check your email if you didn't see it, because we sent out an email where you can just click and you can go straight to where you can download all the ones you want. If you're not a subscriber, you can go to the Hypnotic Yarn website, hypnoticyarn.com, and go to the blog. And there is a link there where you can click and you can sign up to have the entire pack sent to you. You'll get an email with a download button, and then it'll download it. It's best to do it on your computer because I don't think you can download things to your iPhone or your smartphone. It doesn't have like a place to put them. So if you download them to your computer, and then you can send them to your phone, the ones you want or whatever. But if you go there, you can see the whole pack. There's like 5 or 6 different ones, and then several different versions of this, you know, the same colors. And they were super fun, and I loved making them for you guys. And I'm going to do, like I said, a whole bunch more. So they're totally free. You can just go grab them. And I want to make sure that anyone who wants one has a chance to get it. So that's why I'm mentioning it again. Hey, Chandra, how are you? Sorry if you've been here for a while. Hey, Beth, how are you doing? So anyway, that is, I think, all of the things. So keep an eye out. You'll be getting, if you're a newsletter subscriber, you're going to get an email tomorrow morning with details and where you can go to grab the enamored hat kit if you would like one of those. If you don't want the kit, you can also grab just the pattern from Brienne's website or on Ravelry. I think it'll be in both places. So, but if you order the kit, you will get the digital download right away. And then the yarn is already dyed, so it's not a pre-order. We'll just ship it right out to you so you can get working on that. And then, yeah, just stay tuned for our knit along. And hopefully I will have the new amazing Divine base in the shop next week. And I'm so sorry I keep pushing it off, but I'm trying to do all the things. And oh, and you know what else I did real quick for Yarnable this month for March? If you're in the Facebook group, I did a video of me dyeing March's colorway. So after the boxes go out, I will, maybe like a week or 2 later, I'm going to post that in the Facebook group. It's just a very condensed, like 2-minute video that shows sort of how that whole colorway came together. And I thought that might be fun for you guys. I think I talked about that last week. I'm not sure. If I didn't, then if I did, sorry, I'm repeating myself. But I thought that was super fun, and I'm going to try to do that. If you guys like it, I'll try to do it maybe every month if I can. So, all right. Well, that's it for my second Facebook Live of the evening. I've spent like from 5:30 to 7:30 doing Facebook Lives now because I'm such a dork. Oh my God. If you came in late, you guys, I recorded a whole hour's worth of Facebook Live in the wrong group, in a private group that you, whatever. All right. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Next week, we'll be back. Hopefully, we won't have any snow. Jess will be here, and we'll be back to our normal shenanigans. And have a wonderful night. Have a great Valentine's Day if you celebrate Valentine's. I guess today is Galentine's Day. I had no idea what that was. I had to Google it. I'd never heard of that before. Oh, it's so embarrassing, but I don't know. Anyway, have an awesome night. Happy making, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.